guys ever just feel that monkeys and orangutans don't want to, don't speak to us, don't speak languages and stuff because they don't want to pay taxes?
Honestly, you probably wouldn't have screwed that up if not for whatever the fuck is going on in the background right there.
So, let's redo it.
Okay.
Redo it.
Take 2.
Oh, it's going.
Take 2!
Oh, okay. Restart that one. Wait, no. Do you guys ever believe that monkeys and orangutans and apes and stuff don't talk because they don't want to pay taxes?
One.
Because I do.
No. 2. No.
Wait, what, Julio?
What? You want me to put some factual evidence into this, or just say no?
Just say no.
Okay. So, they gave money to some monkeys, and the first thing they tried doing is prostitution.
Wow.
I remember reading that online on in an article somewhere. I think I saw it on Twitter.
Monkeys just know what they want, I guess.
Okay. Well, interesting. I'm glad we started with that. Boy. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Oblivious Podcast. This is episode 99. We only have 2 left, guys. This is the second to last, I guess you could say, the penultimate. But
What if we just
why'd you look at me like that when I said that? Huh?
Next record us completely doing jack and shit, not even following the same format or anything. We're just talking about nothing.
Wow, that sounds fucking crazy, Julio. Not gonna lie. All right, are we ready to get into our topics, y'all?
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna see how everybody's doing, like we do every week. Angel, how are you?
I'm good. I moved home Friday. I'm back in Norman. My semester starts tomorrow.
Ooh, so does mine.
It's
Yeah.
don't carry. Okay, so I had to move by myself, right? Because Tessie and Mikey had shit they had to do. Something came up, so it was just me hauling all my stuff up. I live on the 3rd floor now. We had a heat advisory Friday. It was almost 100 degrees.
Oof.
That was fun. But today they brought up my mini fridge, and so I didn't have to carry that up the stairs. I had to carry everything else up the stairs.
Yikes, man. Jeez. I'm sorry. Ugh.
Yeah, trust me, we get it, especially here in Texas. My goodness.
For real.
But me and Mr. Skitty, it's been really nice. I actually like my roommates now. They're nice to me, and we're friends. And they don't passive-aggressively tell me to fuck off.
Well, that's good. That's good at least.
I went to Target earlier with one of my roommates. I bought groceries.
Nice.
I don't know, I'm just talking. Victoria, go.
How are you, Victoria?
Been doing good. Thriving. Vibing. Honestly, I don't know. I've been doing all right this week. Nothing really else to talk about. Everything else will just be into what we're playing, watching, and reading, and doing, and oh my god,
Right.
and stuff. So yeah, I'm doing good. Just working.
Yeah, we're getting less exciting as the podcast goes on because
Yeah.
everybody's feeling podcast fatigue.
Well,
At this
that
point.
and also
I'm feeling
we're
every
doing
fatigue.
more adult things than we were at the beginning of the podcast as well.
You what?
We're doing more adult things at the beginning
Yeah.
of the podcast.
Yeah, shit. When this
now,
podcast started, I was starting college, you know?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
First semester of freshman year of college, and now we're both going into our junior year.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I'm still the youngest one.
Yes, but that's okay. Yeah, you were in high school when we started the podcast. You were also underaged. Which was
Was
crazy.
I?
Yeah, you were. You were 17 when we started.
Ew.
Remember all the jokes Zayne would make? As soon as you turn 18.
You're getting arrested.
No, I'm not. I didn't do shit before you were 18. Now, after you were 18, that's a different story.
Oh, grooming.
Oh my god. But for real, it's been a long time. We've been doing this shit for a long time. 100 weeks almost, 99 as of today. So here's to one more. And hopefully we can wrap things up on a good note. I think we will, because we got some fun topics to delve into this week. But we're going to go ahead and see how Julio's doing and then do that.
Oh, me?
Yes, how are you doing, man?
Let's see. I am, well, since I got sick, like, a couple weeks ago, my sleep schedule got refucked into the right way, so I go to sleep too early and wake up too early, like 5 a.m. It's like, I guess it's good, but sometimes I fall asleep before I'm doing something, like playing Halo with you guys and the podcast. I wanted to play Halo, but I fell asleep every day.
Right. Okay. Well, is that it with you this week, Julio?
Yeah, class starts tomorrow.
Yes. I'm excited. I don't really start till Friday, but yeah.
You lucky bastard.
Well, I'm only really taking one class my last semester, so.
You lucky bastard.
I don't know though. It's been cool. But I think we'll go ahead and get into our topics. So.
No, how are you doing, Zayne?
I kind of already indicated how I am a minute ago. That's why I was skipping it.
Okay.
But I'm good. Thank you. So we can discuss this. Would we rather discuss first the Spiderman stuff and get that out of the way, or the Fortnite imposters thing?
The Fortnite.
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's on the brain.
Wait,
Let's talk about.
wait, real quick. Angel and Victoria had differing opinions here, so Julio's the tiebreaker. Don't spend 20 minutes breaking the
Zayne, when you tell me don't spend 20 minutes, okay, let's talk about the big thing last.
That's why
So,
I said the Fortnite imposters.
Yeah, let's do the boring thing first. Like,
Okay. Fortnite imposters. Okay. So, sorry, Angel, by the way.
No, fuck you, Angel.
Oh my god, chill. Okay, but oh god, I'm so far removed from this news because we were going to do the podcast Friday. But in regards to the Fortnite imposters news, what happened with that was a lot of new, not a lot of. My train of thought is everywhere. So, Fortnite announced that they're introducing a new game mode called Fortnite Imposters, and it is a very not obvious, very obvious, right? Kind of spin. I don't even know if you could call it a spin. Rendition of Among Us. It's just making an Among Us game mode in the context of Fortnite. The thing is, though, is they did nothing to alter the mechanics or put their own spin on it in any way. I guess you could argue that you're playing in the Fortnite perspective, that's different, right? But it's still just kind of, it's really weird, especially from a company that absolutely does not need to be capitalizing on other people's success. Fortnite is a pretty successful fucking game on its own. So I'm gonna read what this tweet says and then just leave it open for y'all to discuss. But one of the heads at the dev studio who made Among Us had tweeted out the other day when this initially happened, this news broke: we didn't patent the Among Us mechanics. I don't think that leads to a healthy games industry. Is it really that hard, though, to put 10% more effort into putting your own spin on it? That's the big thing. And I don't know. I've talked about it enough already. What do y'all think?
I have some thoughts.
Okay, go for it.
So, Among Us is based off of, like, the games, like, Mafia and stuff, where, like, like the card game where you get, like, the cards and you do that kind of stuff. It's based off that, right? So, like, Among Us technically isn't original, but how they did it was original with, like, the little space guys and the tests and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with you in that point, and also like those Mafia games and even Among Us had taken off from an even older media, which was The Thing.
Yeah, it's
they
all
complete-
loosely based on the
yeah,
thing.
That's the Among Us is literally the complete like movie of The Thing.
Especially
is
the
to
snowman.
find. Yes, exactly. So I agree with you there, Angel. 100%. Sorry, continue.
but like, so I don't have an issue with Fortnite copying that at all. It's just really, you're like one of the most popular games. I don't know what like number it is. I don't really care what number
I think
it is.
honestly
But
it's
it's
the most popular game ever created.
It was for a little while, but like in terms of like search results, but Minecraft is up there again.
Nice.
Yeah.
but like you're one of the most popular games ever made. You don't need to
To move
hop
off of
on a indie game's success to get more money.
Yeah.
You already have all your like giant collabs or whatever you do, and like Fortnite did like a IRL like ARG once. They don't need the extra money. Just make your own twist on it.
It blows my mind because from like, so a quick little timeline from like the early 2000s to maybe 2010, 11, World of Warcraft was the biggest game ever. And then from that point to about 2017, 18, it was Minecraft. For about 2 years, it was Fortnite. And now it's Minecraft again. But can you imagine being able to say you were like one of the most highly sought after games ever, and you are still like robbing people's ideas and mechanics blatantly?
That's a big issue with what you had said. For example, with World of Warcraft, almost every MMO nowadays is just completely ripped off. Same exact characters, same exact style of characters, same exact places, everything like that. I noticed that as a die-hard World of Warcraft player. I noticed that in every single high fantasy type of game that is not made by Blizzard is a complete rip-off of that.
Every new card game is fucking Hearthstone. There's like literally only a Hearthstone when you try getting new card games.
Yeah, I'm split on that because like I agree with that to an extent. My thing with that though is like I don't mind that nearly as much because none of these companies are as big as Blizzard like at all, right?
Yeah.
Even with what's going on with Blizzard right now in mind, none of these companies have near the success that they do, and so like yes, of course that happens. You know how many fucking random iOS and like shitty Android apps there are that imitate like a few of Minecraft's mechanics? There's like hundreds of thousands.
When I was a young teenager, like 14, 15, I was like, I didn't have like Minecraft Pocket Edition as it was then known. So I got several of those knockoff Minecraft versions, and let me tell you, they sucked.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not even surprised that this happened with Fortnite. I don't know why it just occurred to me, but Fortnite is a battle royale game. And it wasn't in the first place. When Fortnite was first created, it was the developers behind Gears of War who made it, and it was like it was an evolution of the Horde mode in Gears of War. Fortnite, when it first came out, was a zombie survival base building game.
That was it. You just build a base and survive some like
horde of zombies.
It was a pretty crappy looking game to me.
Right.
Like just some boring ass zombie game, and then they introduced is like, you know what, we're gonna stop trying and just battle royale, whatever.
Well, when it first came out, I played it and was not interested at all because I was interested at first because it was the Gears of War devs. It's like, okay, I'll give it a shot. You know, it could be cool. No.
Yeah, it's like
it was just weird, right? Not for me. It's okay, but I'm not surprised that this is happening because here's the thing. Hunger Games was written. This is so weird how things work. Hunger Games was written, and then that caused a mode in Minecraft to be made called Hunger Games, where you drop a certain number of people in an arena spanning a huge area, and the last person alive wins.
Yeah, you know what's so crazy about that is that Hunger Games wasn't necessarily an original.
It gets deeper.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
based
seriously,
on
because
Battle
nothing-
Royale.
Yes, exactly, Julio. Yes, there was an old Korean or Japanese movie called Battle Royale.
I didn't know that. There you go.
It's the same
Wait.
concept as the Hunger Games, and supposedly, the writer for the Hunger Games was sued by the writer of Battle Royale, and they were like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, you just took our thing and made it into big American movies and stuff like that." And supposedly, the author of the Hunger Games had no idea that Battle Royale existed, but who knows if we really
I believe it. Shit like that happens.
Yeah, but
Because we've all had a moment in our life where you think you have a cool idea and you say it, and then you look into it and it's like already happened.
Yeah.
So.
At this point in humanity, there are no original ideas, only retellings.
Especially in modern humanity. Everything's been done already, you know?
Yeah. That's why iteration is important.
Yep.
You come up with something unoriginal, but then you put an original spin on it. That's why iteration is so important nowadays.
Yes.
That's why you hear about so many games and movies nowadays that are like, okay, let's take this idea, but with this new gimmick or this new thing added to it. That's why those are always the most interesting things nowadays, right? But I completely agree with you all. It's not surprising this happened because Battle Royale led to Hunger Games being written, maybe or maybe not. Hunger Games was written. It caused that mode in Minecraft to be made, Minecraft Hunger Games, and then that mode was actually really huge. It was a big part in why Minecraft was so successful because YouTubers would play that. And then PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is made, and that's a pretty big game for a little while. And then Fortnite's like, oh, okay, let's try that, and they shoehorn in a Battle Royale mode. Boom, Fortnite's one of the biggest games ever. And then the next thing you know, there's a zillion and one Battle Royale games being made between like Apex Legends and Call of Duty Warzone and all of it. It's so it's not a stretch that they would do that. It still sucks though, because the thing is at this point is Fortnite capitalizing on the success of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and Hunger Games and Minecraft. That's whatever. That's just industry iteration. It's putting its own spin on it at least. With like base building and shit. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds didn't have that. Minecraft didn't let you do that in the Hunger Games mode, even though it's Minecraft, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
actually, well, so there's like before Dream took over Minecraft, there was a thing called like UHC, and that was basically Minecraft like Battle Royale, but you played Minecraft at the same time. So it's people just like, build like digging, mining, and like gathering shit and making golden apples, and then killing each other at the end with the walls closing in slowly. So that was actually a thing that became a thing after Minecraft survival games and shit.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's not much of a stretch. Just the difference here being Fortnite was capitalizing on other things that were more successful than it. Now, Fortnite being immensely successful and having... I'm sorry, like, you can't convince me that this was okay from a game that has Marvel, Star Wars, like, PlayStation, Xbox, like, all these different massive characters and things from different huge intellectual properties that want their characters in this game because this game is so fucking big. You can't convince me that it's okay that they would do that with Among Us.
Yeah, they just out of nowhere just randomly steal their thing.
That's just lame.
There's just one game.
It's not illegal, and it's not like the most egregious thing ever, but it's just lame, you know?
Yeah, but they're doing it just because it's not illegal.
Yeah.
Like they're doing it because they can do it, which is like just the laziest option.
Right.
They just completely copy the game. And look, I get the ad on YouTube for the trailer of Fortnite Imposters, and it's so fucking god. It's like this could be like something complete. Like this could be TF2. Like, you know how great the animations and trailers for that are? Like this could be like its own thing, like a unique, fun thing, like story and all that. But nah, just have this thing be Among Us, but with like some crappy skins plastered on.
Right. Exactly. I don't know. It's a shitty situation, but
Yeah.
I've kind of run out of things to say on it. I think we all are on the same page here.
Once again,
it's lame.
I say Fortnite bad. My nephew, he came in watching me play Rainbow Six, and he looked at the list of operators and said, "All right, which skin does what?" I'm like, "God damn!" It's like Fortnite ruined these children's minds. They make people think skins matter.
Yeah, skins did in Siege for a little bit, but
Oh yeah. People like I mean, but like
exploit, like, the camouflage.
visually,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like I said, I'm out of things to say about this. Do we want to move on to our other news?
Yeah. Let's move on because that one was kind of.
Well, the other piece of news is a bit of a bummer too, but then we're gonna get into what are we playing, watching, reading, talk about Spider-Man, and we're done. So key features of Halo Infinite are being cut from the game when it launches this fall.
Ooh, that's what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, so the campaign is not going to have cooperative mode, so you cannot play it split screen or online in cooperative mode. I know. They're going to add that 3 months later in an update, and they're also cutting Forge from the launch. They're going to add that 6 months later in an update. For those who don't know, Forge is like a sandbox, like creative mode style thing where you can create your own maps and do shit like that. And that's kind of like the heart and soul of Halo a lot of the time. That's what keeps it alive. What do we think? Do we think that the game should just be delayed again at this point?
Yes.
You can always delay a game, but you can't fix a game that came out too early and got bad reception.
I mean, you can fix it. It's gonna suck, you know.
No, I love games that get delayed. They always turn out well.
They do. Some of them do, Julio. That's my thing.
Which one?
Doom Eternal got delayed.
Doom Eternal got delayed?
Yes, Doom Eternal got delayed out of December of 2019 into March of 2020.
I remember that. Yep.
Well, what they do?
Because of the
pandemic.
Not the pandemic. The pandemic didn't hit until.
Oh yeah, it wasn't the pandemic. It was just because the game wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, games getting delayed is not a bad thing. It usually leads to a better product. That's the thing.
They should do that more often.
They should. Games just need to be delayed. Now, sometimes, yes, you get situations where, like, the game was delayed and it still came out bad, but those are situations where that game needed to be delayed, like, 5 times. Like Cyberpunk. I don't know who those who don't know, but I believe Cyberpunk was delayed 3 or 4 times and it still came out the way it did. Because I think Cyberpunk was supposed to come out in, like, 2018, originally. How the fuck would they have shipped that? Like, that's insanity. Another thing that blows my mind.
It wouldn't have even been a game. It would have just been like raw assets.
Well, here's what blows my mind. What the fuck was going on with Halo Infinite a year ago? Halo Infinite was supposed to come out a year ago. What would it have been like if it had actually come out? That is insane.
2 pixel.
Seriously. It would have been awful. It's just like, oh my god. Because they're still cutting content from the game and thinking and delaying certain things. Like, that's nuts. I don't know.
Yo, what is my computer like? The fan is just going off right now out of nowhere.
Yeah, Julio, you have a small computer. The fans are super overworked in those.
It only goes off when I'm charging though.
Yeah.
Not when I'm in Discord call.
That makes sense. I couldn't tell you though. It's just a small computer. They're very loud. I'm sure you've seen the memes with like with gaming laptops sounding like airplanes.
Wow.
Like the PS4 Slim sounds like a fucking jet. It's insane. But I don't know. I don't have much to throw out there regarding Halo. I just wish they'd delay it again at that point. I don't want the game coming out half baked. You know? Like, I understand that. I appreciate that they want to hit a release date, but they don't want the game to not function the way it needs to. So I appreciate that they're just pushing content off and focusing on important things that they've prioritized. Like, so, but kind of the shitty part about that too is when you think about it, what that's going to cause is now the things that are still in the game are going to be held under a harsher lens because of this. It's going to be viewed through this lens of, oh, well, if you cut the cooperative mode in Forge, like, why wasn't this better? If you cut all this shit from the game, like, why doesn't this load as, why doesn't this work as good as it could? Why is this so as buggy as it is, shit like that. And I think they're just backing themselves into a corner for Halo Infinite to not be as successful as it could be. And that sucks, I don't know. What do y'all think? Wow.
I don't have an opinion because I don't play Halo.
I don't really have much to say either, honestly.
Well, do we all just agree that, or does somebody not agree that the game really should just be delayed again?
It should absolutely be delayed again. Any game that has any issues at launch should just be delayed. Yeah. I don't know why it's so hard for them to realize this.
It's because they, these investors, they want quotas met. Because investors don't fucking care about whether or not the game is good or not. They care about money they threw at it and making that money back by a certain queue, Yeah. And it's hard to appeal to those investors. My thing is, though, with that is, this is fucking Halo.
You'll make more fucking money that way.
Right. But not only that, though. This is fucking Halo. This is owned by Microsoft. Microsoft does not need... They don't... Halo doesn't need investors. Microsoft is the investor. And of course, Microsoft has been fairly patient. They did delay Halo by a whole year. I still don't know what's going on with management at 343 if the game still isn't going to be ready. But it's just, oh my god, it's nuts.
I wonder if it's the same situation as every other studio that's been going on.
It's just, the thing is of course, I think of Cyberpunk, how that game had been delayed so many times already, and how it needed to continue to be delayed, because it came out in such a shitty state. But my thing is with that is, I still don't know why they released it. Because recently, they had the audacity to post a video talking about, during a live stream, how difficult making patches is. And I get that. It's hard to make patches, and it's hard to put patches out there because a lot of the approval processes you have to go through with Sony and Microsoft to get them on consoles. And not only that, but, there's always the potential that when you update a game with a patch that you're breaking something else in the process. Why did they launch the game as early as they did? Just sit on it. Let it cook in the oven more shit, so that you don't have to release these patches that, by the way, sometimes cost money to put patches out. Microsoft takes a cut of something, It's just so weird. It's so weird that these companies do this. It's not surprising, it's just weird. Because none of them think long term. That's what bugs me, is that a lot of these companies do not think long term. When they really should be. They just think about meeting a quota this year, and this fiscal year. But
quotas are lame.
Mm-hmm. But I've droned on for long enough. Hindrance. Yeah. Are we ready to move on to the next topic, y'all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. So, we got 2 topics left. What are we playing, watching, reading, and or listening to? We're about 30 minutes into the podcast. So, starting from the top of the list like we do, Angel, what have you been up to?
I bought a new computer this week, actually.
What?
I upgraded my laptop, so when I first started college, I got this base model MacBook Air, right? So I'd have some savings built up, and I knew I needed a computer. Well, I've been saving up, and I wasn't allowed to touch any of the money, right? Well, I finally saved up enough to get a MacBook Pro for school. I didn't tell anybody because I wanted to, make it a surprise, but I bought it, and it's an M1, and it's really good.
I've been surprised.
That's awesome, man.
I don't know. I did that. And I also got new headphones because they had the student deal. So I got AirPods. I don't use them because I don't like in-ear headphones, but I have them now.
Huh.
What? You
fucking
bought
listen
it
to you.
to not
I
use
didn't buy them. I got them for free. It's like Apple has this student deal where if you buy a computer and you can prove you're a student in college, that you get free AirPods.
That's sick.
Give me those.
That's cool. That's cool.
I made a new playlist. I combined a bunch of my playlists together and cut out a bunch of the songs I didn't like anymore, and now I just have this like clusterfuck of a playlist. But you know, it's pretty dope. I can go from like a really soft like song to like screaming in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I played The Sims again, and I played Minecraft. But a lot of my time is dedicated to like hacking all my shit.
Fair.
But yeah, this week's been fun. It was fun. It was nice.
Hell yeah. Alright, who's next on the list? Victoria. What you been up to this week? We did a lot this week, actually.
We did. It's been a long week, but a fun week. My brain always goes dead when I get asked this question.
Do you want to prompt you?
They do a lot of
Yeah, I know. Literally, can I get a motherfucking ham sandwich?
You're looking you look like you're looking like
Exactly, Julio. Exactly, bro.
Like
Anyways, so Friday, Zayne and I went to our first concert since our last concert together, which was over 2 years ago?
November of 2019, I believe. Yeah.
Jesus.
A little over 2 years ago.
We're having
it was awesome.
withdrawal.
Hatebreed, Trivium, Lamb of God, and Megadeth.
It was so good.
It was awesome. Trivium was obviously the best one. Sorry, we're biased, but they really were. Lamb of God played 512, and I was really happy about that one.
You paused when they did. You were like,
yeah, I know. I literally did. Trivium played Down from the Sky, which is my second favorite Trivium song, and I also pogged.
it was so funny, bro.
It was awesome, though. It was so awesome. They're such great performers. They're so lively and just know what they're doing and love what they do. You can always tell. It was awesome because they played 3 of their newer songs that have never been played live. So, In the Court of the Dragon, Feast of Fire, and the Catastrophist, which are all such awesome songs.
And they all fucked, bro. They was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
What else? And then I've been playing a fuck ton of The Sims because I can do that here at Zayne's. I love The Sims so much. I think about it all day long. When I'm not playing The Sims, I think about The Sims. I'm in one of those weird like ruts where like you are playing one game for like 3 months straight, and then I won't pick it up for another like 2 years after this.
Yeah, no, because you bought a World of Warcraft subscription and have not touched it.
No, I've been playing as well. I just play The Sims a lot more.
Yeah. You haven't touched it this weekend.
No, I haven't. Played a little bit of Overwatch.
We kept losing
Which
until we were done,
do.
though.
Yeah, I know. We played 3 games last night. Every single one of them we lost.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, never mind, we're done.
Been listening to a lot of Slaughter to Prevail.
Yeah, that new album dropped.
The new album dropped and it's bussin'. My favorite song in it is a tie between Bratva and I Killed a Man. Both songs bussin'. And then other than that, it's basically been working. I think I'm gonna rewatch Dexter tomorrow because normally I rewatch it about once a year in the fall, and it's about to be that time. So
I'll do that with you.
yeah, or that. Okay, Julio, what have you been watching and or reading or listening to this week?
You fool.
Let's see. I've done absolutely nothing at all new, except just play Siege, playing Siege. I'm really good at it. I'm hoping that the next season will be more fun with the new Osa a fact. It's like a lot of people, obviously, like people on Twitter complained, but like one singular like word in her lore implies that she's trans, and so like yeah, that singular thing gets a lot of people mad. It's like what happened to my realistic police shooter that takes place in the future with like these high tech holograms that shoot people. Uh, yeah. Her gadget sucks, kinda. Like her whole thing sucks, except like her backstory, where she was the one that built all the like the objects and gadgets for like some of the ops in a certain group. Uh, like she's just a cool mechanic person. Her main gadget sucks though. It's just the glass shield.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I think she's
and she
cool. I think she's really cool, and I didn't realize I follow the woman whose likeness she's based on.
Ooh.
So, a trans woman who was consulted with Ubisoft to create the character's design. It was really cool. So, I don't know. That's pretty neat in my opinion. But of course, I like the hair. I think it suits her. But you're right, Julio. I remember telling you back when we were playing Siege a lot together. I remember telling you like, oh man, it'd be really cool if they added a transgender operator, just because, just have all things of all spectrums.
Yeah, it's like I've seen every new character they've done after Zero. I think Zero has been a different what is it, like, minority? So we started off with the Rooney, who's like missing an arm and leg, and basically her whole left side is fucked.
I don't know if minority is the best way to describe that, Julio.
Yeah, you said that,
I
and I
don't
go,
know.
wait, what?
Different than like the average Joe on the battlefield.
Alright, but Julio, Anakin isn't a minority.
Anakin is yes,
and he's missing all of his
disabled.
limbs. Alright, Julio, you probably should just stop while you're ahead with this whole thing. With Siege.
I almost just choked on my gum.
Well, shit. Oh my god. What else do you do this week, Julio, other than Siege?
All your mums.
That was not funny.
It is when it comes to you.
What?
Julio's just being so gay.
He's out for... Oh, okay. He's out for blood right now.
Yeah, I haven't done anything this week. Let's see.
Lame.
What? I'm the only one doing things, so it's your turn, Zayne.
Alright, cool. This week, a lot of the stuff that I did, obviously, it is the same shit that V did. But
V.
something I did on my own. Not a lot of that anymore. Huh?
Like 12 minutes.
Yes, I was gonna bring that up. 12 minutes. It was a new game that just came out on Xbox and PC. It was really fun. It was really cool. So I'm not gonna like turn this into a whole sidetrack review for it, but it was an enjoyable game. The cast was really of note. It was James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe were the main cast. And it was this game about this husband and wife, and the husband was stuck in a time loop. Every time he got hurt, every time he left his apartment, the time would reset of him walking into his apartment again. And he knew he was in the time loop, and he was trying to figure out how to break it. And it just leads to this really interesting narrative about the wife potentially being a murderer, and the cop having some kind of vengeance against her for it. I'm not going to go deeper than that because it's like a 6-hour game. It really respects your time, so if it's interesting, just play it. Game Pass.
I saw a trailer for that actually. It looked very fascinating.
It was awesome. The ending was a bit of a bummer, but it was an awesome fucking game. The gameplay was frustrating at first, but once I got the hang of it, it was really fun. starting a loop again and thinking to yourself, like, okay, maybe this loop I'll intentionally fuck up, but I can cause something certain to happen so that I can get more information for the next loop. I was a little unimpressed with myself with how quickly I resorted to murdering my wife. But I was curious as to what would happen, and I did actually get more information out of the cop after that. And then when the loop reset, you know, she was obviously fine. But just really cool shit like that. And eventually it gets... Huh?
Really cool shit like that. Murdering.
Because it gets really... As the game goes on, it gets really convoluted and crazy, the things you have to orchestrate happening.
Life's good.
I mean, like, halfway through the game, without details, I'm like, okay, I'm starting the loop. Here we go. I walk in, wife comes out, says hi to me, and I tell her, she tells me, like, to let her know when I'm ready to, like, eat this dessert with her, and I tell her, okay, I'm ready. And the moment she goes into the bedroom to grab something, I fucking, like, sprint into the bathroom, and I grab sleeping pills, and I go drug her water, and I put it specifically where her water is, and then I plant that there, and I go sit down, drink mine already, and she has to drink that one. She drinks it, she goes to bed, and then I hide in the fucking closet, and when the cop arrives, she's asleep. Oh, also, there's a light switch that when you flip it twice, it sends a horrible shock up your body that if you're not wearing shoes, it'll kill you, that kind of shock. So I flipped it once before the cop arrives, and when the cop arrives, he comes in to investigate, can't find anybody, and when he goes into the bedroom where the wife is sleeping, he flips the light on, and it shocks him, knocks him out. Right, you get it. Like, you have to do crazy, like, convoluted shit. But it was so cool figuring it out. It was so fun figuring it out and making that happen. It was neat. But yeah, that's kind of the only other thing I did today that didn't, like, directly intertwine with things Victoria's been up to as well. I
remember.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, I remember I read some webtoons this week.
Nice. I guess the only other note I could make about my week was the concert we went to. One thing that cracked me up about it was, like, we were like the Trivium people there. It was so funny when Trivium was playing, because we were like the only people on the lawn who gave a shit. There were some people like getting into it, but bro, we were losing our fucking minds over Trivium.
And that random girl that tried hitting on you.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even notice.
Don't remind me, bro. That was so fucking uncomfortable. Is Daisy not in here?
She's right there.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard scratching. It's just Satan. But yeah, that was that concert was a blast. The fucking security was awful.
They treated us like we were criminals.
They do that every time. I was trying to explain that to Victoria when we were there. Like, they treat metalheads like criminals every concert I've been to there. I've been to 4 metal event concerts there now. Slayer, Last Night's, Slipknot, and Korn. And at all 4 of these fucking concerts, they treat the people there like criminals. And you know what's funny is I know that they treat metalheads differently because I've been to one that isn't metal at that same venue, and they were not nearly as crazy about security. I went and saw Chicago there, and that's just old white people, and like they didn't even have the metal detectors.
Yeah.
But when it's a metal show, I guess the guy who owns the place doesn't like metalheads or something.
I mean, you said he doesn't like Slipknot fans, so if he doesn't like Slipknot fans, then
right.
he doesn't like metalheads.
Yeah, they don't like Slipknot fans because of the masks. So I don't know. I don't know. Well, they obviously can't outlaw that this year.
Nope.
Can't wait. I'm gonna get the Mick mask and I'm just gonna walk around in that the whole time. But
Oh, you the Corey one.
why the Corey one?
It would fit you better. Mick's is very narrow. Corey's is wider.
That's true. But like, I'm big like Mick though. You know?
What if you made your own
As
OC
big, but-
mask?
No. But
Yeah, they treated us like I remember before they were like no guns, no knives, and no.
like, I'm
like,
not gonna bring a fucking
explosives.
gun in. Like,
They
Guns
said
and
no
knives.
Explosives, and I was like,
yeah,
yeah,
no
let me
explosives.
just throw the grenades that I have in my purse away.
Yeah, like
guys.
shit. I was gonna bring in my C4. I had a
Yeah,
nitro
like,
cell on me, you
fuck,
know.
oh
Like,
my God.
Point
I
of
really
going
was
if I don't
machine
get to
gun
have my
to
pipe
this
bombs and
concert,
mullet.
but, like, they caught me. They got
like
my
shit.
ass.
I wanted to throw a C4 into the mosh pit.
Yeah,
Like,
some tear
that's
gas.
fucked up.
Fuck it. The
But
thing is that it's so weird because as a metalhead, I have never met a demographic of people that are as nice as we are.
right,
And,
like,
like,
yes, we have
as-
mosh pits and we beat the fuck out of each other, but it's consensual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
If you're going to a concert, then you obviously know that you are going. You might get hurt.
I'm so mad. There was a mosh pit forming on a walkway, while Lamb of God was playing, and a bunch of fucking security showed up and made him stop. Like, I'm sorry if I wasn't there with Victoria, I obviously would have been moshing. And I would not have stopped. Like, come on, that's so fucking lame.
Yeah, you get in the
Or
middle of
punching
a
the
mosh pit,
security
knock your ass
guards.
out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care if you're security. You get in the middle of a mosh pit, you're gonna get your ass knocked out.
Yeah.
Like,
And like also like there were multiple mosh pits going on, especially in the pit itself. What are they gonna go up to that and try to stop it?
right.
Like, what's the difference?
They're so fucking lame about it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a metal concert. Did you expect people to start scratching their assholes?
Yeah.
Like, what the
you
hell?
expect people to just stand there and like light like they're like lighter and just like
Right, and like wave it in the air.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like this isn't a
No.
fucking Taylor Swift concert, bro. Like, this isn't. My God.
It's so funny how weird we're treated because the thing is that I've been to so many metal shows at like bars and small venues and not even a little bit are we treated any differently. But
Yeah.
in the big venues, when there's big bands and it's all outdoors and public and shit like that, that's when we're treated like.
It's when it's more mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not to be like the hippie Jones over here, but it is when it's more mainstream that they get weird about us.
It
I've
really is very
totally
weird.
noticed that. But I've been to 5 fucking concerts at the Austin Amphitheater. 4 of them metal. All 4 of the metal ones. No purse is this bigger than this. You have to have it. It has to be clear if it's bigger. You have to take all your possessions out of your pockets and put them above your head as you walk through a metal detector. The Chicago one, it was like, all right, can I scan your ticket? Come on in. Get your bottles minted. But exactly, like it was just so
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
With Chicago, they let you bring your fucking hand grenades and
Yeah, exactly.
pistols.
Chicago let me
Like-
bring in my pipe bombs. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Bro, Chicago's pretty more metal than
God, Chicago was so lame. Chicago was so lame. They were so fucking boring.
Well, it's just a bunch of old white people.
Maybe
I know.
because they're
I was like the
old?
youngest person. I know. I was the youngest. Okay, but also Lamb of God and Megadeth are old, but they're still fun. I was the youngest person at that
God,
Chicago
isn't that
concert by like 50 years. Like, it was so funny. I know Lamb of God isn't that old, but they're still kind of, right? I don't know. It's weird, but whatever. That's it with me this week. Are we ready to get into our last topic?
Yes.
All right. This is the one that always, man, like Spiderman. So literally today, as of recording, I'm glad we put off the podcast now. The No Way Home trailer leaked. So a VFX artist leaked it, and the trailer, you can tell that a VFX artist leaked it because the
He
trailer has
probably got
no.
fired already.
Oh yeah. But you can tell a VFX artist leaked it because the trailer has no VFX. Like, there's a little bit in the Doctor Strange scene, but that is it. Like, it's missing a lot of the CGI and special effects that it will probably have when we see it officially. But who wants to just start us? Like, was the trailer cool? Did it get you
Right.
excited about the premise of the movie?
It was
So-
a recording
no.
of a recording of a recording.
No, to start
really
off,
was.
Zayne sent us a fucking video of some fucking, I don't know, like, I'm assuming this
Well,
is like
Julio, that's
the
the
most
leak. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
it's some
original
kid.
video.
taking a video of their phone or tablet or whatever, of someone else taking a video on their phone, of someone taking a video on like an Instagram story of the leak. So like, it's just fucking Inception. Like, I'm gonna start recording the video and just keep this long, like, fucking infinite loop going.
Right. But for real though, discussing the plot though, what do we think? Does it sound interesting?
It looks very interesting.
Yeah, it really does. Julio, you said you didn't watch it.
I want to watch the real thing because that's like I can barely see it. I don't
Do you
want
want
to look.
to? Do you want to hear the premise so that we can discuss it?
Like, you're gonna spoil the trailer for me, Zayne? I can't believe it.
Oh my god! Well, you're free to leave the call if you really don't.
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
spoil it.
yeah. I'll leave the podcast permanently. Hold on.
Okay, but what I gathered from the trailer was obviously Spider-Man's identity was revealed in Far From Home, and that's essentially ruined his life. Just things are not the same, and he really wants to figure out how he can fix it. So he goes to Doctor Strange and asks him to cast some kind of spell that would make everyone forget that he's Peter Parker. What I'm assuming happens is Doctor Strange casts a spell, but something goes awry, and it causes like some kind of dimensional rift, because we do see Willem Dafoe and the guy who plays Doc Ock and all of that in the trailer. So that's basically the premise of the movie. It sounds cool. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely... I was very curious as to how Spider-Man's identity being revealed would somehow tie in with Doctor Strange showing up, and that didn't occur to me that that's how it could happen. So that's cool. Because I was always curious as to why they would jump from what happens at the end of Far From Home to, like, multiple dimensions. Like, that's such a wild leap. But it actually makes sense in this context now. And I'm
It
pretty
definitely
stoked.
seems like something a high school student would do, and be like, please, let me have
Magical
a normal
time
life.
wizard.
Well, shit, in Peter Parker's shoes, I'd do that too. You know? I wouldn't want people
Like,
to know.
if you're friends with a dude who can control time, then I don't know. Like, you probably ask him for a favor.
Right? Like, shit. But I don't know. It just the movie seems so fun. Of course. I love Spider-Man. I love Doctor Strange. So it's gonna be cool. There's really not much more to take away from the trailer than I already pointed out.
One thing I noticed at like the beginning of the trailer, someone was telling Doctor Strange not to do the spell. I want to know who that was, because I couldn't tell because of the recording quality.
Yeah, another guy. It was, I'm really not sure.
Yeah, obviously our knowledge about this leak is very limited because it is
It's terrible quality.
horrible quality. I could not understand. I had to pause it a couple of times and be like saying, what happened here? Like,
Right. Like, I'm sure we could watch like a breakdown that perfectly describes everything that happens, but
Yeah.
it's still just, you know, what the fuck.
I just hate how like Peter Parker was like, Doctor Strange, please do this, and Doctor Strange was like, okay.
There's probably a lot more to it though.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
sure.
trailer.
Yeah, I'm sure because Doctor Strange wanted to like do that like lesson thing, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think now that the trailer's been leaked, something will change in the movie?
No, I doubt it. My thing is, if the trailer's leaked, that probably means we're gonna get it officially within the next few days. Is my guess. Because things like that don't leak unless they're very close to happening. So just bear that in mind. We'll probably get the official trailer with all of the VFX, and we could tell what the fuck's going on any day now. I actually, literally, prior to the trailer leaking, I saw a rumor on Screen Rant that it would be tomorrow that we get it fully. So, I don't know. Okay, well, this is interesting for a Spider-Man discussion. I'm already out of shit to say. It was a
Well,
fun
we
trailer.
barely have anything to go on it. Like,
Yeah.
Like, people have been so obsessed over just the trailer of this movie. Like, I've never seen anything like so like over like what is it, hyped, like for like it's Spider-Man, but like, man, like there's more attention onto the trailer than any other movie of Marvel before.
Well, I mean, I get it though, because I'm gonna speak bluntly. Spider-Man is a far more interesting superhero than most of the MCU.
yeah, like
And that's
Captain
not me
America's
taking-
the guy who got serum. Iron Man, a rich guy.
Right, like I'm not trying to like take the piss out of the other characters or, you know, crap on it for other people, but I'm not at all. Like, I'm not saying other characters are necessarily bad. It just, for me personally, Spider-Man is an exponentially more interesting one. And I think obviously a lot of people agree with that. I really couldn't explain to you why Spider-Man is so widely renowned the way he is, but he is.
I think that he's specifically the most relatable to
He's so
this
relatable.
generation because
Yeah.
he is our age. He is.
He's also just, he's been relatable the whole time he's been around.
Yeah,
he
Tom Holland's Spider-Man specifically.
Right
you
now,
know?
yeah. Because Tom Holland is a baby, bro. Like,
Yeah.
he just does not look like he's 20.
No.
Like he looks like he's 15, and if you go and look at pictures of him when he was 15, it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Because it's like, imagine if he actually was in Civil War when he was this age. It'd be like, oh, okay, Iron Man brought a baby, like a child, like.
Sorry guys, I had to babysit my nephew.
Okay. Well, we're probably almost done anyways. There isn't much to discuss.
No, I was making a.
Oh.
I don't have. I don't have.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't.
No, like Iron Man brings like. You ruined the joke.
I get it. That was fucking funny. I was like, oh, that's cool, Angel. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be doing this anyways. Were you gonna say something a minute ago, Victoria?
It doesn't really pertain to the podcast, but Jonathan Davis is getting better because he had COVID.
Yay! Okay,
and
thank God.
They're gonna play in 1 week in Chicago, so.
Woo! I'm so glad he's okay.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about them playing. I just want him to be okay.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
Yeah. Just want Jonathan to be okay, man. That guy's been through too much already. Like. Jesus Christ.
He has like the most tragic lives I've ever heard.
Yeah, like I'm surprised he was never on like America's Got Talent, because they would have just given him like gold medals immediately for telling him all about it. It's just I don't know.
Anyways.
But I'm already out of things to say regarding Spider-Man. It looks cool. I like the premise. That's all I got. What do y'all think before we wrap things up? Spider-Man. You both just say Spider-Man. I miss Chris and his really good J. Jonah Jameson impression, bro. He'd always be like, Spider-Man! Like that. Like,
God.
It was so fucking good. It was so good.
Alright, you want me to talk about the webtoons I've been reading?
Nope. Alright, this has been episode 99 of the Oblivious Podcast. If you listen this far in, thank you. We'll see you guys next week on the last episode. Peace, guys.